Hi and welcome to my channel once again, and can you guess where I might be? Yes, it's a bit of a different introduction this time. I'm down in the shed, but of course you know why I'm down here. You would have guessed by now. This is the part 2 and I am about to start to cut my first bowl. Yeah, it's been a long journey to get to this point, getting the equipment right, getting it all set up, and then of course teaching myself a bit about how to use a chisel on a lathe. But I think I'm at the point now where I can start to cut some wood off, and you're going to see the results of this. I don't know how this is going to go, but yeah, I hope it's going to turn out okay. I'm taking all the safety precautions I can. I think I know what I'm going to be doing, so let's see what happens. And as you can guess, it's very cold down here. I have got the heater on down in the shed. It is cold down here, but yeah, it's time to cut some wood. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to start the machine up, and what I'll probably do is I'll film and then I'll narrate over it, because I think the lathe will be too loud for me to talk over. So I'm going to use 2 cameras and hopefully capture what I'm doing. Who knows? Let's see what happens then. Okay. So ready to go, and I've got my bowl gauge here. Bowl gauge, that's difficult to say. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth this surface out now. Although it appears to be kind of centered, it's not. Once it starts spinning, it will be uneven, and so we have to cut across the surface here to make it round, perfectly round, and that's what I'm going to do first. And then secondly, I'm going to do the same on this side here to make this completely flat. This is going to be the bottom eventually, and the other side is going to be the bowl curve. So let's start and see what happens. So, what with that first cut, I'm getting the impression that the bowl gouge isn't sharp enough. I haven't sharpened it yet, but it just felt as if that juddering meant that the chisel wasn't sharp enough. I'm going to have another go at it now and see if things improve, but I think what I've got to do is certainly sharpen this, I would think, unless I'm not using the right part of the chisel to come across. Let's give it another go. Yeah, it's getting better. I'm beginning to realise where the chisel has got to be facing the wood, and I'm nearly at a point. I need to do another pass, I think, at least, probably before the actual round part of this bowl is round. Yeah, as you get into this and you realise that you're cutting more off the bowl, the stability of the machine becomes better. There's less vibration, but I'm completely covered in sawdust. Let's have another go. Nearly there, but I definitely feel that the chisel now has lost its sharpness, so I'm going to attempt now to use my other equipment to sharpen up the chisel. So here we are again in the man cave, and it's been several days. In fact, I would say it's been over a week since I started this project of wood turning a bowl. Let's just have a look at the bowl at the moment and what it looks like. So you might think actually it's looking pretty good. Yeah, so I've done this face here, and I'm going to do along here next. I've set this up so that I can actually push the chisel along here. Now, I had trouble here doing this. It looks as if it's smooth. It's not quite, but then I haven't sanded it down or anything. But I have had quite a bit of trouble trying to get a straight line across here. Mainly I'm finding that I'm holding my breath as I'm going across here. I'm trying to do it as smoothly as possible. The chisel hasn't always wanted to cut, and then I've had some issues with this over here, with the grindstone and sharpening this chisel up on it. Firstly, I had immense trouble trying to balance these wheels on this bench grinder. So that's why it's been another week or so, probably 10 days actually, since I started this. But I'm now going to have a go at the face of this and try to smooth this part down here. Okay, let's go then. So that's a bit more successful. So if you can look at this now. So I've flattened off this face here, and I'm kind of happy that it is flat, and this isn't too bad. I think I might give this just another pass through. I think I've gained a bit more experience through doing this face here and coming across, and I might use my experience now to try and get this a little bit less bumpy. So I'm going to do another pass on here, and then what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to shape this round here, the bowl here. I'm going to go into this corner and create a curve. So let's see what happens next then. So I think I'm happy with that. It's not perfect. It's a bowl shape. I haven't gone too drastic with this curve around here, but it's a bowl, or it's a start for bowl, and I think I'm. Okay, so I think that's going to be it now for this part. This is going to be the end of part 2, and I'll be back with part 3. I think in part 3 we'll be sanding the rest of this part down that I've done, and I'm pretty pleased with it so far. It obviously needs sanding, and I've got some tools coming to do that. And then after we've sanded all this down smooth and put some oil and wax on, then we can turn the bowl round the other way and then start to dive into the actual bowl itself and make the curve of the inside of the bowl. So I think that's it from me for the moment, and it's been a bit of a test really. I've had ups and downs with this, trying to watch videos on how to use the bowl gouge and other types of chisel. It's not been straightforward, but I've managed to get some sort of shape, bowl shape here, and whilst I'm in front I'm going to stick with this and with this shape. I think you know, if next time I will probably try to make a bigger curve on the bowl, but I think it's okay for now. And of course we're not finished yet. We've got to actually go into the bowl itself and make the curves inside. So anyway, join me next time on part 3, which will be coming up, I'm sure, in the next week or so. Okay, bye for now. Bye.